It would be wise for Red Bull to take Lewis Hamilton seriously this coming season, according to an ominous warning from a former Red Bull. After a killer season, Red Bull is looking like the top dogs for the 2024 titles, but former Formula One driver Christian Klein isn't dismissing the chance of another team stepping up to challenge the reigning world champions. After enjoying a turbo-hybrid era reign, Mercedes hit a rough patch following the introduction of new technical regulations last year. Despite securing a second-place finish in the Constructors' Championship this season, the German powerhouse is gearing up to reveal a totally revamped car in 2024, aiming to catch up with their rivals Red Bull. Racing News 365 had a chat with Klein, and he's convinced that Mercedes will be giving a tighter competition when the new season kicks off. He said, "They have to start from scratch. That's tricky. You have to know the direction you are going. Hopefully, they've got enough ideas and collected enough data to create a new car that works perfectly under these regulations." The problem with this and the previous car was that in terms of aerodynamics, Mercedes did not yet know which way to go and where the sweet spot lay. Moreover, there was probably a fundamental problem with the chassis, wheelbase, and geometry, so it just didn't work. So they have to build a whole new car. It's not an evolution like the McLaren was this year, for example. Even with the challenges he faced behind the wheel of the W14, Lewis Hamilton managed to steer the car to a solid third place in the Drivers' Championship. He even posed a decent challenge to Sergio Perez for the runner-up spot. And in his second season with Mercedes, George Russell slipped down to 8th place in the standings, facing a tougher campaign. How does Klein see the internal battle unfolding? This year, Hamilton was much better than Russell. Last year, the roles were reversed. Maybe Hamilton was not 100% motivated last year, because he was a 7-time world champion with a car that was not performing. He invested a lot of time helping the team improve a car that was not competitive. Lewis showed his class, with some very good races where he showed what the car was capable of. He was more consistent than George. George was unfortunate, but also had some problems with the way the car worked. Hamilton went toe-to-toe with Max Verstappen for the F1 title in 2021, and things ended in controversial fashion with Hamilton coming up short. Despite being out of the competitive spotlight for 2 years, Klein is confident that Hamilton can still give Verstappen a run for his money if the car is up to the challenge at the front. He said, "You should not underestimate Lewis. He is a top-class driver. He hasn't lost any of his qualities. A bit like Fernando Alonso. Give him the right car and he'll show what he's able to do. If he has the right car and finds extra motivation, then he can definitely be one who gives Max a run for his money." Since the early days of Red Bull, Helmut Marko has played a crucial role as an advisor, maintaining a close bond with the late co-founder Dietrich Mateschitz. Over his long tenure, the 80-year-old consistently sought Mateschitz's counsel on various matters for the team's benefit. However, with Mateschitz's passing, speculations have surfaced about Marko's position within the Red Bull organization. A couple of months back, there were rumors swirling around hinting that Christian Horner, backed by Thai stakeholders, had ambitions to take over the reins at Red Bull. Yet, with Helmut Marko still in the mix, this transition appeared unlikely, leading to speculation about Horner considering the removal of the 80-year-old advisor. Despite these rumors circulating among Red Bull's staff, every member has categorically denied the existence of any power struggle. Nevertheless, as the remarkable 2023 season came to an end, whispers about Marko's role within the team have resurfaced once again. What has captured fans' interest is the potential ripple effect. If Marko were to step down, would it also mean the departure of Red Bull star driver Max Verstappen? Shedding light on these questions, Helmut Marko provided intriguing insights in a recent interview with OE24. When asked whether Verstappen's future could play a decisive role in his own, Marko responded in a cryptic tone, saying, "This is a complex topic. Of course, I also have an obligation to Red Bull and Max. Nevertheless, the overall package has to fit. Nothing has been decided yet." During the height of power struggle rumors, Autobild reports made it clear that Verstappen conveyed in a private conversation with both the Thai boss and Red Bull MD Oliver Mintzlaff that if Marko were to leave, he would also make an exit. Red Bull is currently basking in a period of dominance, credited to the collective efforts of the entire team. However, a few months ago, Max Verstappen hinted that this dominance could have been jeopardized if Christian Horner or Helmut Marko had left amidst the speculation of a power struggle within the team. In a Sky Sports interview, Verstappen unequivocally stated that the possible departure of Marko or Horner would not only hamper the team's dominance, but also carry consequences for his future at Red Bull. In light of this, the Dutch driver reacted. He said, "That's why they are not leaving. Everyone is staying in exactly the same role. That has never really been a discussion. It's very important when you are doing well, and the team are doing very well, that you keep those people that are very important to the success of the team. From our side, it has always been super clear. I don't know why people outside the team were trying to doubt that. From our side, it's always been clear that it has to stay that way." Reflecting on the journey during which Verstappen ascended from being a challenger to Lewis Hamilton's crown, to becoming the king himself with 19 wins and a display of dominance rarely seen in F1, Jos Verstappen has provided a captivating glimpse into what drives his son. With the stable regulations for 2024 suggesting, at least on paper, that Verstappen remains the title favorite for another year due to Red Bull's extensive domination in 2023, Jos explained his desire to see more competition for his son. He confessed, "Of course we want to win the races, but I also like him fighting and then running away with a win. Or maybe just not. I think everybody wants to see that. I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of Formula 1. Of course it's nice to win 18 or 19 races in the season, but to win the championship as he did in 2021, I also enjoyed it after all, so why not?" While winning race after race and basking in the glory is obviously enjoyable, the question arises, is the current domination enough of a challenge for Max? Could it be that the Red Bull driver wants a tougher competition from another driver elsewhere on the grid? He likes this, absolutely likes the domination. He's only interested in winning races. That being said, questions about Max pledging his loyalty to other teams have popped up. Jos is quick to dictate which team his son races for, saying that the plan is to stick with Red Bull. He said, "That's the plan, I think. To start with Red Bull and finish with Red Bull. That's what we like. We're very loyal people. They gave us the chance, and, as long as they have a good car and with Helmut there, he's always been a supporter of us. Max has shown that he's a supporter of Helmut, Red Bull, and people like that. So, it would be nice, let's say." The dedicated mentality and headstrong assurance that set Max apart from the rest of the field. Where does he get it? Is it something Jos deliberately instilled in him, or has it surprised even his father? It's his own personality, but I think he has seen me doing things. I showed him my personality, and everybody has their own personality. I think he picks up whatever he picked up on how he wants to be, and how you are as a person, so that's I think where that comes from. A crucial element in Verstappen's success has been the evident mental strength, something Jos believes was apparent from the early days with Red Bull. Even as a teenager, Max displayed no fear of the formidable figurehead Helmut Marko. Everybody's a bit scared of Helmut, but he never had that. He said, "If I could work with my dad, Helmut is easy," so I think that's how he feels it. "I was always clear. I know what I wanted. I know what I wanted from him. We gave everything. That's how I am. And I think that's how he is." What do you think? Is Lewis Hamilton ready to take back his crown from the dominant Dutchman come next season? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.